I was walking through the office one day and Dan had said that he wanted to raise money for technology at the school this year and that he was just kind of putting it out there. And then when I walked out of the office, I saw Linda, and so I said to Linda, "Hey Linda, would you be interested in raising money for technology for the school this year?" And so she went home and she started looking online at different grants and different opportunities, and she found the Clorox grant. And then we actually had a group of us who had a meeting about technology.
And Linda, the very next day after our PTO meeting, came forth and said, "I think I found something." Kind of had a little debrief in the conference room, and I don't think we realized at that point how big it would become.
And so Linda hesitantly brought up the Clorox grant because she wasn't sure how it would be received.
Why
hesitate?
Yeah.
Well, I was just like, is this something maybe we'd want to pursue? Like, I thought, I wasn't sure. So, and then as we were talking, I was like, this could be a really big thing we're taking on, and then I wasn't sure how we would go about it.
The whole week before the voting, every day all of the kids were sent home with something, and then we had the Vote Tech Idol skit the Friday before voting even started.
All right, Brad Perry is back at school this morning to see what he is up to at Discovery Elementary in San Marcos. Hey, Brad.
Hey, you know what, David? You guys were talking about budget cuts and stuff in schools and everything like that. Well, this is a great way that you can continue on kids having a good education. Here at Discovery Elementary in San Marcos, they are #1 in the Clorox bleaches give back to schools. $50,000 is what they're competing for. And I was just thinking it was just like a few and everything, but how many, Mrs. Waller, are there schools competing?
There's about 1,600 schools across the nation competing, and we're currently in first place.
Wow, that is so cool. And I'll tell you, some people might just take it and just sit down and go, we're okay, but you guys aren't. You guys got a huge campaign you're doing, from doing videos to all kinds of stuff.
We do. We actually got the students excited by coming up with this Vote Tech Idol skit. I have my cast members behind me.
You remind me of somebody. You got a nice rhythm, but man, it must be hard to maneuver that car. I remember, you remind me of my second grade teacher, Mrs. Zuckerberg, 1953. Little advice for you. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
Thank you, Stephen. Jamie Prescott, a couple of our teachers, came up with the idea of having a Vote Tech Idol skit. And we tried to think of how we can deliver something to the students about this grant that wouldn't be boring and talking in front of the microphone, but how could we do something that got them excited? So the teachers kind of collaborated and came up with this idea of Ryan Seacrest, Vote Tech Idol, 2 candidates, a Miss Outdated and a Miss Updated, what we would hopefully like for our school, and they entertained the children at Flag Salute and made the kids laugh, and it really got them pumped up and fired up to spread the word around the community. I'm backstage with Miss Outdated. She just performed, and I'm wondering how she's feeling. Miss Outdated, how do you feel about that performance?
You know, Ryan, I'm really proud of myself because I got out there and I showed off what I had for technology. But after seeing Mrs. Updated, I'm a little intimidated. I think it's best for the kids to vote for Mrs. Mrs. Updated and not Mrs. Outdated.
Mrs. Zuckerberg, it's gonna be okay.
He just wants a hug. He just wants a hug.
You did a great job.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You have a great future.
I'm Ryan Seacrest, backstage with Miss Updated. She just performed and received rave reviews from the judges. Miss Updated, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm so excited about our opportunities we have, and it's all about our students here. And families, friends, thank you. Keep voting for Discovery.
Absolutely. If you want to see Miss Updated and those interactive smart boards, remember to vote twice a day, every day. 44144, Clorox 3742, and powerbrightfuture.com. Twice a day, every day. Seacrest out. We just thought it was going to be a one-time skit, get everyone fired up, and we were good. But then as soon as we saw the ball rolling, oh my gosh, we can actually win this. We had people singing on phones to get votes. We had people marching in a parade, dancing around, wearing costumes. Dogs were dressed up with signs, text, and vote. So I think once we saw that momentum that it was actually tangible, we did everything in our power, regardless of our humility.
This is awesome. Well, you guys actually won an award for being in the parade for your jingle.
We did. We walked in the San Marcos parade and we sang a little jingle and we won an award for our jingle for the best use of music in the parade.
As a kindergarten teacher and many teachers, we do little songs or jingles to get the children to remember things. And so as we were going to start having to text, I just started playing with the sounds and the words and the numbers and just put it to a jingle, basically.
It's time to text your vote. It's time to text your vote. Get out your phone and text your vote. It's time to text your votes. It's time to text your votes. It's time to text your votes. Get out your phone and text your vote. It's time to text your vote.
44144.
44144.
There it is.
It's time to text our vote.
Simple as that.
Okay, thanks, Brad.
If we can bring more
Bye,
money.
Riley.
Bye, Riley.
See you guys.
If we can bring more money for education to Southern California, do it.
It's a good thing.
44144.
I did it. You do it.
It got stuck in their head, and that's what we wanted it to do. I think we've brainwashed the children, actually. The other day, my daughter, I said, oh, go get a Clorox wipe, and then my kindergartner started singing the jingle. So I'm like, oh, great. But, it's good.
When the parents came to you for this, you were like, what?
Yeah, it looked in like, oh my gosh, that seems like an awful lot of work. But now that we're into it, it actually has turned out to be one of the most amazing experiences this school has ever been through. It's brought every teacher together, every parent together. The entire community is rallying together, and it's one of the best things we have ever done.
We bonded obviously with our ridiculousness of the skit. However, we also participated in the San Marcos Holiday Parade, and that brought the majority of our staff, tons of students, tons of parents. Plus, when we'd have our staff meetings every Wednesday, we would get together and we would all kind of feel like we knew each other a little bit better. And, oh my gosh, I saw you painting car windows, or oh my gosh, you went and did flyers at this place, and I saw you at the movie theater getting votes. It really made everyone feel like we were kind of a family. And we weren't just in our grade levels anymore. It was a combined effort, and it did bring everyone back together.
Everybody was on the playground talking and communicating, and it's not that they weren't doing that before, it was just enhanced.
This grant brought the teachers together, the students together, even the whole community together, because we were all working together to meet this goal.
I took my kids over to Mission Hills High School and we attended their pep rally for a football game, and we sat there with 2,000 Mission Hills High School kids, and we got to go on the stage and present our grant, and we had a texting moment at the high school. So we ended up doing a lot of really, really fun things that not only were good for the grant, they were good for the kids. It showed the kids, if you really want something, you're gonna have to go out and work for it.
How close are we to when when's the deadline?
We have 7 days to go.
7 days.
7 days. We need all of San Diego to rally behind us. And if everyone sends a vote right now, think of how many votes that is.
We're very close. We're in first place. We've been in first place for the last 42 days. We've got about 3 days left. We're almost 8,000 votes in the front, but we have 2 schools in Texas who are trying to make a bid for first place, and we're not letting that happen. So we are the only school in California poised to take the $50,000, but we need everybody's help in San Diego to do that, to vote for us every day, twice a day for the next few days.
I don't think we ever really lost hope and got down, which I think helped us push forward.
It took everybody's energy, no matter how embarrassed you were or how tired you might be, to keep pushing. And it's about halfway through, it seemed like, man, this is a long haul. And throughout the haul, it only took more energy towards the end. And I think it was a great example for especially the kids to see an example of determination and perseverance. I mean, it was a classic example of a character trait that we try to teach the kids, and it was done by us, so I think everybody's really proud.
I met parents that I never met before. I met students I never met before. I became closer with different colleagues, and it brought everyone together, whoever you were on campus. And so for us, 50,000, I know this sounds totally cheesy, but the $50,000 is, for me, a bonus.
Just saw the Clorox on last weekend, and I thought that quote at the end, the Dr. Seuss quote about like unless, you know that quote? Unless someone cares a whole awful lot, nothing's gonna get done. It's not. And that's what I think happened here, is that like, unless people cared, we wouldn't have won. You know, like, unless like the teachers got the students involved and the parents, you know, voted and texted every day, or unless the school district didn't help us. I mean, it really just is like a lesson in the power of what people who care can do.